budget cuts are not only going to affect me, they're going to affect my teachers, my friends, my future, and my family.
We have at least one and possibly two teachers fewer than we'd like to have, working with our kids.
So it's a really serious problem because here in the community where we need the most help is where we're going to have the worst education, even worse than what we already have. So that's creating conditions where these schools, you can just think of them as factories that are producing low-paid workers, and that's exactly what the society wants. They want black and brown people in this society to always be at the bottom. They're going to be the ones cleaning people's homes. They're going to be the ones being the gardeners, the construction workers, and so on and so forth. And while that's honorable work, and that's what a lot of our parents do, we as taxpayers also, we have we have the obligation to fight for what we deserve, and that's a quality education. If kids out in the valley, if kids on the west side, if they can receive a quality education, why can't the kids of the workers receive a quality education? And that's exactly what we're demanding.
I think it's also very interesting because it's a very classist and racist act, because the neighborhoods that are going to be most impacted are the lower class neighborhoods with working poor, as well as neighborhoods where people of color come from. The ways in which I think this is going to happen is through tutoring and all the extracurricular activities that get sponsored. As it is, these schools are underprivileged, and then when you add in the budget cuts to these specific schools, it's only going to increase the education gap, which we've been trying to reduce for the last couple of years. So I think the budget cuts are really going to widen that gap between the rich and the poor.
We know historically that Africans, raza, and people have not been allowed into universities. That's why it's barely now that some of us younger teachers are beginning to become teachers. It's no coincidence. Who are the first ones getting cut? Those same people of color, the poor teachers. So it's no coincidence. We have to see this from a bigger perspective. They say there's no money for schools. Really? How come there's $1 trillion to go kill the innocent people of Iraq? They say there's no money for education. Really? There's tons of money to deport the parents of my kids every single day. There's no money for teachers? Really? There's 1,000 more LAPD officers on the streets beating our people up every single day, killing innocent children every single day. There's a lot of money. It's just how the politicians choose to use that money.
Not the taxpayers. We've had a declining enrollment, declining revenues from the state, and the district here, we either continue adding people to the payroll when the revenues did not match the number, and it's finally caught up with us. We just don't have the money.
So you knew it was going to happen, right?
We did not anticipate it, and we knew it, yes.
Whatever it takes, we're willing to do, because we know what this means and how serious the consequences are if we don't take action now. In Spanish they have a saying, el maestro luchando también está enseñando, and we firmly believe that, meaning that a teacher who's out there in struggle, that's another lesson. Because at the same time, on the other side of that token, what do I do as a teacher if I don't struggle? That's also teaching a lesson to my kids. In life, don't struggle, give up, don't fight the system. That's not a lesson that I'm willing to teach. I want to teach my kids that when the system treats you with inequality, it is your obligation and your right to organize and to defend your people, your community, your society, and you deserve better. And I think that's what, as teachers, right now, we are teaching that lesson.
Unidos todos con esta canción, si se puede.